Most people think email endings don't matter. They are wrong. Whether you're sending cold outreach, following up with prospects, or trying to get a response from your boss, how you end your email matters more than you think. But here's where it gets crazy. The most popular email endings are actually the worst performers. While everyone's using best regards, the real winners are using something completely different. There's a problem with conventional wisdom about email endings. It's based on politeness, not results. And politeness doesn't always get responses. The goal isn't to sound smart or professional, it's to get results. And results come from endings that create a genuine connection. In a world where attention is scarce, you can't afford to have your emails ignored because of easily fixable ending mistakes. I've tested these techniques with thousands of professionals across different industries. The results are consistently impressive. We'll start with the science, move through real examples that work, and end with a practical framework you can use immediately. Your email ending is like a digital handshake. It's the final impression you leave with someone, and research shows that people remember endings more than middles. This is called the recency effect. Our brains are wired to give extra weight to the last thing we experience. Think about it this way. You could write the perfect cold email, but if you end it with something that feels cold, robotic, or inappropriate, that's what sticks in their mind. Here's where it gets fascinating. Studies analyzing over 350,000 email threads found that certain endings can increase response rates up to 65%. Emails ending with thanks in advance had the highest response rate at 65.7%. Meanwhile, emails ending with just best, one of the most common endings, had one of the lowest response rates. But why? It comes down to psychological triggers. First, reciprocity. When you express gratitude, people feel compelled to reciprocate. Second, social proof. Certain endings signal that you expect a response, making people more likely to respond. Third, emotional connection. Personalized endings make people feel valued, not like just another contact in your database. Most people think professional equals formal. Wrong. Professional means effective communication that achieves your goals. Sometimes the most professional thing you can do is be warm and human. Another myth: longer endings are more respectful. Actually, clarity beats length every time. People's attention span are shorter than ever, even at the end of your email. Let me show you the email endings that are killing your response rates and what to use instead. Thanks in advance. Why it fails? Can sound presumptuous, like you are assuming they do what you want. Better alternative. I'll appreciate your thoughts on this. Regards. Why it fails? Cold and outdated. Shows zero personality. A better alternative would be best regards or warm regards. Sent from my iPhone. Why it fails? Lazy default that suggests you don't care enough to write a proper ending. A better alternative would be delete it and actually write a actual sign off. Here's my 3-step framework for choosing the perfect email ending every time. Step 1. Match your relationship level. Think of relationships on a scale of 1 to 5. Level 1. Strangers or first contact. Sincerely, best regards, thank you. Level 2. New professional contacts. Best regards, kind regards, thank you for your time. Level 3. Colleagues or regular contacts. Thanks, best. Looking forward to hearing from you. Level 4. Friendly colleagues. Thanks so much. Talk soon. Have a great day. Level 5. Close colleagues or friends. Cheers. Catch you later. Thanks a million. Now, before we dive into step 2, let me quickly mention something important. All these email ending strategies are useless if you don't have the right email addresses to send to. That's where Sales SO comes in. Sales SO helps you find verified email addresses for your prospects so you can actually implement these techniques. Because the perfect email ending means nothing if it never reaches your target audience. You can check out Sales SO if you want to build a solid prospect list for your cold outreach campaigns. Alright, back to the framework. Step 2. Consider your goal. Different endings work for different purposes. If you want a response, it can be like, looking forward to your thoughts. I love to hear your perspective. If you're providing information, hope this helps. Let me know if you need anything else. If you are making a request, you can go for I'll appreciate your help with this. Thanks for considering this. If you are following up, just wanted to check in, following up on our conversation. If you are expressing gratitude, it can be like thank you so much appreciated, grateful for your time. Step 3, add a personal touch when appropriate. This is where the magic happens. Instead of generic endings, you can reference something specific like enjoy your presentation tomorrow. Acknowledge their expertise, you can go like thanks for sharing your insights. To show you remember details, you can go for hope your project launch goes well. Match the timing, have great weekend if it's Friday. Pro tips for implementation. Test different endings, try variations and see what gets better response rates. Keep a swipe file. Save endings that work well for your different situations. Read your email out loud. If the ending sounds awkward when spoken, it probably is. Consider cultural differences. Cheers works great in some countries but not others. Always include your name even if they know who you are. The golden rule. Your email ending should feel natural, match your relationship with the recipient, and align with your goal. When in doubt, err on the side of warmth over formality. Your emails just became 10x more effective. Now go out there and start getting the responses you deserve. The best communicators know that every word matters, especially the last ones.